up this morning and figured since they're getting a little drizzle, it's a little cool this morning, we're going to do a deep clean on the Pit Boss. We got it all vacuumed out. You can see over here we've got our tub with the grates in it. We're soaking those to get all the grease off. We'll brush those clean. Not much of a rain, just some drizzle on the pool. But I noticed in cleaning this that I've got an issue with the gasket here. That gasket comes around the auger port and keeps all the sawdust from the pellets from getting back inside of there. Not a good situation. I don't need that to get tangled up with that auger and get pulled in. So we're going to take this hopper assembly off. I think I can get away without taking the entire bottom off of it. I'm just going to slide that hopper out, see if we can correct this problem. So it turns out I did have to remove that bottom plate, but we got this off of here. You can see what's going on. Got a lot of sawdust building up in here, but this is what's wrong. This rubber gasket is shifted and is allowing all that sawdust to come through and that gasket come down in the auger port. So we're going to vacuum this out, take a little super glue I think, and see if we can redo that gasket, get it where it sits correctly. And while I've got this apart, I'm going to do another modification that was recommended by somebody on YouTube that actually subscribes to this grill life. See if we can make this work. So after getting a good look at this gasket, it was not salvageable. Part of it was really stuck to the metal, the other part was coming off. It was a little twisted, so it had to come off of there in pieces. Not going to be able to use it. Fortunately, I have some fire black gasket left from when I put the gasket around the lid to stop the smoke loss. So with a little bit of Goo Gone and some rubbing alcohol, we've got that cleaned up back down to the metal. We're going to see if we can fashion a gasket out of the fire black gasket. I was able to fashion a very nice gasket out of that fire black gasket. I think it's going to work pretty good. The thickness is exactly the same as the rubber was. Don't think it's going to be an issue from this point forward. Got it stuck down there pretty well. One of the things I noticed the first time I had this apart was this is a really bizarre setup with this auger motor. It just sits there and it's very floppy. It works, but I don't understand why it was designed this way. When I posted one of my modification videos, a subscriber to YouTube by the name of Aaron Thompson pointed out that I should strap that auger down. I'd never thought of that, but as long as I've got this apart, I'm going to see what I can do about getting that strapped down, take away some of the play in this auger motor. So I've cut a piece of metal. I think that's going to work. We're going to use this little grommet here to sit underneath to hold this up more level, so we'll get a more direct drive to that auger. A couple of screws, we should be able to get this done in just a couple of minutes. I was able to get this auger motor strapped down. The only issue I had was the first piece of metal I cut wasn't long enough. So we cut another strip. This is very stable now. It's not going to be rocking around in there. So all we have left to do is we're going to power this up and make sure that that auger is not binding in any way. And it looks like it's working pretty well. I don't see any stress on that whatsoever. I think we got it done, guys. We'll get this back together. We've got everything put back together. Solved the problem of that gasket getting in the way of that auger. Put a new gasket on there and make it work better. Big shout out to Aaron Thompson. Thanks for the tip on the auger motor. Thanks for following along, guys.